Okay, there's some more breaking news that's coming in. There's going to be a key briefing today by a special military briefing that's expected later today. Once again, over the last few days, you've been seeing how the government and also armed forces are constantly uprising the people of the country about what we achieved in Operation Sindoor. Yesterday, when the DGMOs and India's top military commanders held that briefing, it came in as a huge sense of assurance to the people of this country, because one by one, with undeniable evidence was shown on the kind of action that we took against the perpetrators of terror. Pradeep, you are with us. Today another briefing is expected. What are you hearing from your sources? What can we expect? What are the more details that will come out today in today's briefing?
So today's briefing is really going to be very important, because one good news had been that for the last 12 hours, there had not been a single bullet that had been fired. So they'll be discussing about the situation there on the ground, and then also be discussing about what really transpired between the two DGMOs. Where there was a hotline conversation between them. As you rightly said, it was the white flag was waved by none other than the Pakistan. It was the day before yesterday when they received the big setback after many of their air bases were targeted from across length and breadth of Pakistan. So that was the time when the DGMO called on hotline our DGMO, and they asked for ceasefire, and India responded in a positive manner. But what really happened after that, we saw that within 2 hours, they did not keep their promise. There was a ceasefire violation from their side. They started targeting Indian civilians, and finally there was aerial intrusion also.
Yes.
All those efforts were scuttled and foiled, but India was able to lodge a strong protest in this regard. So during this DGMO level talk, they are going to discuss about each and everything, discuss about the modalities, as Sindhu was also talking about. One will be infiltration will be very important.
Absolutely.
Because they will ensure that Pakistan is not going to push in terrorists into this side of the border. Any kind of misadventure will be dealt strongly. As you rightly said, if you are going to fire bullets, we are going to hit you out with the punitive action. That means artillery fire will be opened from our side. That's what actually India is going to make them clear during the DGMO level talk, and that will be discussed and will be informed during the press briefing that we are going to have anytime later in the evening.
Yes, so the focus is also going to be on that important press briefing. Commander Jaitley, the Prime Minister, as per sources, has sent out a message, and a clear one. Wahan se goli chalegi, to yahan se gola chalega. And that's the clear message. But I also want to bring you in on the role of the Navy. Yesterday, DG of Naval Ops almost sent out a warning to the adversary. He said, don't you dare. The role, Indian Navy has said we are always prepared, and, Pakistan should not even now try any other misadventure. Could you analyze the role of the Indian Navy in this context?
See, the presence of INS Vikrant and a few submarines and some ships just across Karachi, that itself makes Pakistani Navy sweat. So just with their presence itself, they are sweating, let me tell you. And Vikrant, approximately around 30 aircrafts, they are ready to take off anytime. And then our submarines and ships, they are equipped with same BrahMos, which have attacked Pakistan yesterday, 11 targets. So if the same thing happens from the seaside also on Karachi and the other ports nearby, you can imagine how much havoc we can create. So obviously Pakistan is sweating, their Navy is sweating, and we are much stronger. We have 2 aircraft carriers, they have none. Our number of submarines is much more. I will not give exact quantity here. But the fact remains that our Navy is very, very strong. We can literally crush them badly anytime.
Colonel Singh, what do you make of Pakistan and its political establishment trying to claim a fake victory? Farziwada, to we've seen all kinds of fake news that they peddle, all kinds of propaganda that they do, all kinds of lies that we bust. In fact, the DGISPR's 6 lies have been busted in about 60 seconds. Now, this whole fake bravado of a victory, what do you make of it?
Yom-e-Tarashkur, that is what they are doing. And what does that mean for our consumption? Shukriya Bharat, though they claim that Shukriya to their own, and this is announced by none other than a Prime Minister. That this is called, they are celebrating Shukriya. I don't know who's Shukriya. I think our DGMO Shukriya, our Army Shukriya, or our India Shukriya. What are they celebrating for them to decide? But as far as we are concerned, I think we are very clear. You were talking about that Navy, na? The Vice Admiral was so clear. It came naturally to him. These are not read out words. These are not written words. What did he say? He said, a massive blow. No, he could have said blow. We have given them up. But when it comes out and the tone at which he is giving, just imagine the courage of conviction in saying so. This is not a tutored word. Another, he says, automatically it comes to him that Pakistan dare not. That's a very, very strong words which he is using. That means we have the capability, we have the capacity, and we have the will to execute anything as far as the Navy is concerned.
Absolutely.
I think another is which your reporter said, I would like to add to that. He said if there is any violation, it will be replied with artillery. No, sir. It will be replied the way we want. It is up to us then. You violate, after that it will be Meri Marzi. I will decide, my country will decide what is the level at which we are going to give you. Because we are going to treat it as an act of war, and the act of war is not only artillery.
Yes.
We will keep all our options open.
Absolutely. And we've read the Riot Act. The conditions are going to be in India's favor. But you've seen the pictures. You've seen the evidence. Now let's once again decode the outcomes. Operation Sindoor, what have been the outcomes? Let's now break it down graphically. You have some questions. Who waved the white flag first? It was Pakistan. Pakistan DGMO first called the Indian counterpart. Why? Because they realized abhi to Noor Khan has been pulverized. Ab hum kya karenge? Then, who stood its ground on terrorism? India. To the entire world, India made its message clear. We have absolutely no tolerance to terrorism, and we will weed out terrorism and those who sponsor terrorism. That's why the hubs of Jaish and Lashkar were decimated. Point number 3, these have been the major outcomes. Who comes up, and trumps after a pause? India has said that Operation Sindoor achieved all its objectives. What has our objective been? It's very clear. We've achieved our objective because we've sent out a message that our war is against terrorism. Our military objectives too. When there has been retaliation, we've shown the world, when there has been any kind of provocation, we've shown the world our retaliatory power. And then the psychological blow. Just imagine when Pakistan is hit in its key bases in Islamabad, in Rawalpindi. Just imagine the kind of psychological blow that we've inflicted. And who is winning the narrative war at this point of time? India. Why? Because the OIC is silent. Saudi too has backed the country.